The characteristic of lawaan, it is a heavy hardwood. It ranges in color from dark, rich red through light pink to pale grayish brown. The dark woods are known as rigged lawaan, and the light woods are called white lawaan. Although coarser in texture and softer than true mahogany, lawaan is actually of the same strength. The second tree, as we have catmoon. The scientific name of catmoon is Dillenia philippinensis. The characteristic of catmoon is a favorite tree among Filipino garden enthusiasts. It is endemic to the Philippines and can be used for urban greening. Its fruit is known as elephant apple. The third tree is we have mahogany. The scientific name of mahogany is Withinia mahogany. The characteristic of mahogany has a strained, fine, and even grain and is relatively free of voids and spacket. Its reddish brown color darkens over time and displays a reddish sheen when polished. It has excellent workability and is very durable. Historically, the tree's girth allowed for wide boards from traditional mahogany species. The fourth tree is we have Palcata. The scientific name of Palcata is Palcataria. The characteristic of Palcata, it grows usually about 40 m tall with a massive trunk and an open crown. The leaves are twice pinnately compound with small leaflets. The flowers are small, creamy, white in color, and are faintly fragrant, the fruits and pods. The characteristic of coconut tree, the coconut palm is tall and stately in appearance and attains a height of about 15 to 30 m. When fully mature, a crown of large pinnate leaves tops and the trunk, which is characteristically a branch. An adult palm usually carries 30-40 peripinnate leaves in its crown. Each leaf measures 5 to 6 m in length and weighs 10 to 15 kg. Sixth tree is we have Magyo. The scientific name of Magyo is Acacia Magyo. The characteristic of Magyo is an evergreen, fast-growing tropical tree which can grow up to 30 m tall and 50 cm thick. Under favorable conditions, it is a low elevation species associated with rainforest margins, disturbed, well-drained acid soils. The next tree, as we have Nara. The scientific name of Nara is Pterocarpus indicus. The characteristic of Nara is a graceful tree with dropping branches that toss in the tree winds. Short-lived flowers usually appear in April or May, and for a day or two the tree is a shimmering mass of fragrant yellow blooms, which then fall off nearly all at once. The curious winged fruit stays on the tree for months. Seventh tree, as we have umbrella tree. The scientific name of umbrella is Schefflera actinoptera. The characteristic of umbrella is a relatively large tree, usually growing 6 to 10 m tall. Its leaves are borne on robust stalks 15 to 60 m long, and its leaflets are relatively large 8 to 30 cm long. Its pinkish red to red flowers are borne in massive clusters with branches up to 80 cm long. The next tree is we have the oak tree. The scientific name of the oak is Besophea javansea. The characteristic of the oak tree is a medium to fairly large, usually deciduous tree to 30 to 50 m tall, ball strength or poorly shaped branchless part, usually short but sometimes up to 20 m long, up to 8 cm in diameter, sometimes with steep buttresses up to 3 m high. Bark fissured and scaly with small thick. This tree is a rubber tree. Scientific name of rubber tree is Rosaria brasilensis. The characteristic of rubber tree, it has soft wood, high branching lengths, and a large area of bark. The milky liquid that oozes from a wand to the tree bark contains about 30% rubber, which can be coagulated and processed into solid products such as tires. This tree is a nibong tree. The scientific name of a nibong tree is Onchosperma filamentosum Blow. The characteristic of a nibong tree, a full slender palm, it can numerous, long slender, horizontally spreading, steep, sharp spines borne on the trunk throughout its length. The outer part of the trunk is very hard and durable. The next tree is baliti tree. The scientific name of baliti tree is Ficus baliti Linn. The characteristic this tree, baliti trees, are mostly hemipepitous. They germinated from seeds that are dispersed by birds to the crevice or cracks atop a host tree. The plant sends off aerial roots downwards. The aerial roots that reach the soil grow into it and thicken into additional trunks. This tree is Gibberella tree. Scientific name of Gibberella tree is Gibberella arborea. The characteristic this tree, Gibberella tree, is a deciduous tree, 12 to 30 meter high and 100 centimeter diameter. Bark light gray or gray-yellow, smooth, then somewhat corking, becoming brown and raw. Twigs stout, often slightly four-angled. This tree is apple tree. Scientific name of this tree is Rever Camarent. The characteristic of apple is a small tree growing up 8 meters high. Leaves are compound, 15 to 25 centimeters long, with hairy rachis. Pinnae are 8 to 16 and 5 to 8 centimeters long. Leaflets are 20 to 30 linear, oblong, and 7 to 12 millimeters long. This tree is Talisay tree. The scientific name of Talisay tree, Terminalia catama. The characteristic this tree, Talisay tree, is a large deciduous tree reaching a height of 20 to 20 meters, smooth or nearly, so branches are horizontally whorled. Leaves are shiny, obovate, 10 to 20 centimeter long, tapering below to a narrow and heart-shaped base with an expanded rounded apex. Leaf stalks are short and stout.